I was about to hire someone as on junior level. I can write a prompt and receive much better result. Junior people are in trouble unless they are extremely AI enabled.
Today, my guest on the podcast is Axel from Pixel Darts. Axel, thank you for joining me and looking forward to hearing all about yourself and the company. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about Pixel Darts and what you guys do?
Yeah, thank you for having me on today's podcast. I'm founder of an agency called Pixel Darts, and I'm running this for a little bit more than 2 years now. And we started with UI UX, then we added development, and now we're thinking to add some AI workflow and automations because I feel a need. And before that, I was working as designer, design lead, head of design, product manager, lots of different roles. Also in startups, also in enterprises. So kind of like know a little bit of an industry. So yeah.
Yeah, and how many years total have you been in the field, Alex?
Well, it's hard to say, but I think at least from 2010, so it's like 15, yeah,
Okay.
something like that. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, no, thanks for sharing that. So, listen, 15 years wealth of experience. So let's dive into some questions here. My first one for you is, I remember when I was first researching your company, it intrigued me. So can you tell us more about the design subscription model that you have? First of all, let's explain what the design subscription is, and then dive a little bit deeper into it.
hmm Yeah, yes, I would say it became a little bit even too popular since like 2 years, exactly when I was starting an agency. And so what is a subscription-based agency is that when company is paying a fixed price per week or per month, and then they kind of receive unlimited design support. Could be limited to hours, could be limited to number of requests, because I know some companies say, oh, no more than 3 requests at one time, or one, or I'll handle only one request, or it's 10 hours per week. So there are different variations of that. So how I did come up with this idea? I think one of the first agencies that made this extremely popular is Brett from Design Joy. He's the guy from Twitter. He's extremely talented designer and also entrepreneur. But before that, I have read one book called Build to Sell. I think this is the name. And it was about, okay, if you have a business, how to automate it, put it on subscription, make your work less and receive more, kind of put your work on rails.
Makes
And I
sense.
was inspired back then, and then, okay, this guy is doing this, so, and then the moment has arrived to start agency, and I was like, okay, this is what's going to be my business model, subscription, yeah, not a traditional way, not a classic one.
I love it. I love it. So a little bit about, the book, then what you had seen other entrepreneurs and designers like yourself do. And ultimately, I couldn't agree more. If you have that recurring source of business every month or every week, depending on your subscription model, definitely a plus. So that being said, this subscription model may not be for everyone. So tell me for what kind of clients or projects this works. So who benefits from this and who does not?
Yeah, this is right. I think at the moment I have a split of 50% is classic way and 50% is subscription based. What I found is that startups, young companies, they really love this because we can say, okay, we're gonna run for 4 weeks, and this is going to take you X amount of dollars per week, and it's super easy for them because they can forecast, okay, this is what we're gonna spend, and it's not all at once like a huge payment, it's rather spread across weeks or even months. So it's good for them because it's spread. It's also good for me because on a day one I'm sending the Stripe link, and then it gets paid, and okay guys, it's already wired, so we can start working together. So it is very valuable, right? But Sometimes there are companies who prefer more classic way, meaning that okay, let's estimate it, let's estimate it, put it into a timeline, and then go milestone by milestone. And usually we charge more these clients because, well, when we say okay, but if you want to move fast, then we need to get instant feedback so that to next Monday you have something ready. But very often we don't have a feedback because someone is on vacation or taking care of somebody from family, and you're like, like okay, instead of 2 weeks, is 2 weeks, the project is taking like 4 weeks. And but they are willing to pay a little bit more, and that's why we charge like on hourly basis, so classic way. So for more established companies, we still use classic way because they want it, they got used to this. But for startups, normally use the subscription model.
Interesting. I thought it would be the other way around, but thank you for clarifying that. And I mean, also, when you have that subscription model, would you say that, like, it's easier? Do you feel like it's easier for you to work with the client because since you work with them consistently, you know exactly what they're trying to accomplish, you understand their product. Would you say that it's typically easier for you and your team to work with people who have subscriptions or no?
I would say yes and no. Why yes? Because it's quite easy to predict the revenue, which is super awesome for me as business owner. So I really love it. But it's more intense because we have daily commitment. We have very often we have daily stand-ups or weekly planning calls, and the feedback loop is really going through like almost every day. So it's a bit more intense, but it's more predictable. But overly, I think this is working better for business.
I mean, listen, I think you have the best of both worlds then, right? You have the subscription and you have the classic way. And I mean, another thing I want to touch on is your location. If I remember correctly, you're based in Berlin, correct?
Yeah.
And but you have clients not just in Berlin, you have clients worldwide. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes. Very different. Yeah.
Yeah, so tell me about, that how do you keep that creative collaboration strong across time zones, cultures, etc.?
Okay. Well, right now it's easy because I only have clients from California and Europe,
Oh,
and
nice.
I don't have anyone from Australia right now. So that would be extreme, or a client from Japan. But sometimes it also happens that we work through, I don't know, yeah, then it's tough. But so what is my secret? So I have designers working from different time zones, so that we can cover different clients, different time zones. So US based, Europe based, and sometimes Asia. But when it comes to me as manager and design lead and main communicator with clients, well, it means that I don't really go offline that much.
Mm.
So even 11 p.m. for me, it doesn't really matter if I spot an urgent email. I will for sure reply. Um, in the morning as well. For example, we have when it comes to clients from California, especially, we are trying to sync with them more so that we have at least 4 or 5 hours at the same during a day, so that me and my team is working with them simultaneously. So yeah, that's how it is. I cannot ignore it, so I just have to stay a little bit longer.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, listen, they
Yeah.
told us have your own business, it will be fun, better work-life balance, but clearly not.
Yes. Yeah, I think to be honest, this is one of the biggest lies that I've heard. Like, yeah, let's take out from operations, do less, be more efficient. To be honest, that's like a lie. And when I see efficient entrepreneurs, they always they take care, they work on Sunday, they are not afraid to make their hands dirty. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I totally understand it. Been there, and yes, and also if you're passionate about it, which you should definitely seem like that you
Yeah.
are, it makes it much easier. And speaking of work-life balance, there's a lot of buzz around AI and design these days. So, are there any tools or workflows you've adopted? that actually save you, your team, or yourself time when it comes to improving results or the day-to-day work that you're doing?
Yeah, 100%. So one of the biggest partners, to be honest, is ChatGPT, like the B3O model, and how I use it. I use more like a partner for bouncing ideas, or when I need to explain something visually, I try to make some inputs. For example, I need to come up with some illustration, and it's very technical concept. So I put all the details regarding the project, and then I say, okay, please generate me 10 ideas for the illustration. What's in there? What do you see? And then there are 10 or I don't know, 8 bad ideas, and 2 of them are okay. And then, okay, that's actually a good idea. Why? Yeah. And then it generates me some cool ideas. So, yeah, creative partner. When it comes to design, we also use quite often Midjourney for images, for photo shooting, for like mock-ups. So it's very cool. Um, Also, when it comes to prototyping and concepts, we used to do Figma prototypes, but honest, yet frankly say, it's not that relevant anymore, because when we need to come up with something really simple and quick solution, we will go to Lovable or Zero or Replit or any vibe coding tools, because you do the good prompt with ChatGPT. So you ask ChatGPT to make your prompt better. You give some extra information, and then you put your prompt into Lovable or like any other tool, and then it generates you a web application or landing page, and then you can present it to your client, or you can test it. For example, I even tested and put some of my product ideas, and I tested them and put them online, because why not? It's so easy now.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, listen. So if I'm hearing it correctly, you don't think that you see AI more as a partner, not really as a tool that could come in and do everything on its own, at least for right now.
Yeah, it's not happening right now. What is happening? It's taking some job from junior experts for sure.
Gotcha.
So research, development, designers. A few months ago, I even wrote a tweet. I won't hire design junior anymore, because I don't need it, because I have tools that can produce, to be honest, much better result. Yeah, I was about to hire someone as on junior level in spring, but then when I was looking and checking their work, I understood, okay, actually I can write a prompt and receive much better result. So, and that was for me a moment, okay, junior people, young experts are in trouble unless they are extremely AI enabled. This is what I would say, because AI can supercharge. I don't love this word, because supercharge is like it's everywhere. But if it can improve your quality of work, then yes, it will help to stand out a little bit more. Yeah.
Okay. No, listen, that makes sense. And what do you think, and you mentioned, you kind of alluded to it briefly here, that for the juniors, for the junior creators, you would need them to be extremely savvy with AI. So that being said, you think there's still room for them if they are tackling their job efficiently with AI. Is that correct?
So you're asking, is it my strong requirement that they are AI savvy?
Yes, but also I want to understand if, if they are AI savvy, is there still room for them? Because, for example, you mentioned at the beginning, you know what? Now, if I use the right prompt with
Right.
ChatGPT, for example, I can get what I need. So why hire a junior developer?
Yeah, actually there are reasons, because if they are eager and young and they want to learn, uh, they are they are able to give lots of benefits to business, to me, to my clients. I still have some people in my team who are working classic way, almost without AI, and maybe they are like dinosaurs, but sometimes there are legacy projects, and AI just cannot really help because the database is so huge, the code base is large, it's outdated and not a fancy framework. It can try to fix some bugs, for example, like Cursor or Claude, but it's the majority of work is still has to be done by manual. So yeah, there is still room. However, AI will help a lot to become more efficient. Also, the market is challenging right now, and when you are not using AI and you're a young specialist, it's going to be really difficult and tough. But if you invest a couple of weeks into learning, well, honestly, it will help you a lot if you put it into CV, if you have some projects that you run. It will help you even to think like a person because product thinking is required to do these things like quick prototypes. Yeah, and even if you're not from IT, not from tech, sometimes you don't have enough skills to be honest, just prompt and do something creative and make it born and code it, because you still need to think about, okay, what are the informational layers, where I'm getting this data. So yeah, but these AI tools help really a lot to become stronger in product thinking.
Understood. Okay. So, I mean, listen, from what I'm hearing, then there is still a need, a potential need for these junior designers, but they have to be willing to put in the work and get up to speed with AI and be able to leverage these learnings with potential hiring managers like yourself.
Exactly, they are going to be unstoppable if they master it. Even if they are lacking some skills, but they master AI, they can be unstoppable because they are fast, they are efficient, they are eager to learn new things, and then well, they are on the market. Everyone wants them.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, listen, good point. I mean, listen, thanks for sharing that advice. I'm sure that, like, when we do have more junior listeners listening in, they'll keep this in the back of their mind if they don't already know this. But so, kind of taking a little bit deeper dive here into your own business model. So, you offer a money back guarantee if you miss deadline. That's pretty bold, but I love it. So, how do you structure things to stay that reliable? Because I know you've touched on about your team a little bit, how you have designers in different parts of the world, and you try to stay. You try to, for example, with your one client in California, you try to have, like, 4 to 5 hours where both of you guys are awake and can communicate. So tell me more about this. And have you ever had a client come to you and say, "Listen, I'm signing up for you because of that"?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think people are coming because of that. It's one of the values that I obviously say in my presentations, in my pitch decks, when I pitch a project or try to get a project, so doing my offer. Of course, it's important, but I don't think that's the main selling point. But how do we keep it? How do we try to guarantee and actually stick? So for me, client that is not happy is the very bad situation, and even if we don't have these terms, if the I don't know trial passed, or we are too slow, or not enough quality of work, and we had one of these cases before, and I immediately refunded 50%. Back then, it was quite painful, but you know what happened after that? I said, okay, listen, I apologize. That's my fault because we had to speak a little bit more to understand your situation and understand your preferences in like visual language and what you want to achieve. So we've been on a kind of a good mood when we said bye to each other. And then we met for a coffee after a year, And then I also said, okay, actually, this guy is not working here anymore. And I have another guy who can take care of you if something. And he said, yeah, okay, I get it. And then suddenly, after like Christmas, he called me, like, oh, hi, Alex. Actually, I have a client, and I think we can work on something together. And that moment, I understood, like, never give a bad impression to your client. So if you have to refund everything, do it. If you have to refund 50%, do it. Never let unsatisfied client go away. Never. Especially if you're small. So yeah.
No, good point. I think this is a the this is a business custom that I've heard in many places. You know, the customers are never wrong. So to your point, how to make it right? Because clearly it paid off. You know, he came back knocking. So good stuff.
Yes, 100%. So we have to stick to our promises, even if it's painful, even if it hurts. But good words are going to spread around you. It's like your karma. It goes and follows you. And if you destroy it, it's going to follow you as well.
Could not agree more. Could not agree more. And I mean, I know when we first spoke, you mentioned that you work with, you know, brands that scaled pretty fast. So what does great design unlock at different stages of growth look like?
Yeah, there is definitely a big difference between companies that are on growth scale, so they're trying to grow and they are scaling their business. They just got, I don't know, closed seed round or something, and a company which is on Series B or even bootstrapped company running for 5 years. So it's a big difference because if that's a startup which is going to grow and in growing phase, and they're looking to meet some objectives, I don't know, in 3 months or roll out MVP. So the speed of the execution is probably one of the most important things. But also, very often we don't have time for proper research, proper exploration. So we have to listen to ourselves. What makes sense? Is this form too complex, or we should simplify it? And we have to answer these questions every day. And I just looking back to my previous experience and just checking, okay, what did I made back then for that company or for that company? So looking back into my experience and trying to make a right decision, but fast and also without big research, because it could kill a company, because we will then postpone release and then we don't meet deadlines and then everything is falling apart. So this is what's happening for startups. But for more established companies, well, to be honest, I was working for some companies that were making things like a blog as a big project for like 6 to 12 months, rolling out one thing. And I also worked for startups where we've done a blog in 2 days, and I mean shipped, not just designed, but actually shipped, published online. So yeah, the speed of execution is different. So for established companies, yeah, they pay more, but we have to be more data-driven, more resource-driven. We have to prepare more. All the decisions that are made, they have to be right, and you have to have a proof that this is because of that. And you also have to play a little bit of politics, get some green lights, pitch your idea, sell your idea to product manager or to his boss. So yeah, these kind of things.
No, makes sense. Makes sense. I mean, that being said, then, as the final question here, what's next for Pixel Darts? Are you expanding services, team, building anything cool on the side? Like, tell us more about that.
Yeah, this is really exciting topic for me, because one of the things is so when these AI tools and vibe coding tools became available to everyone, I was really passionate and started using them. and I had some ideas that I just pushed online because it was easy, and I still have a list of, I would say, maybe 10 ideas with potential. And I know why they have potential. It's not just, okay, I think. Actually, no, because that's a trend and there is a demand. So I have a list of 10 ideas to work on. So that's one thing. Another one, I'm thinking to open a new department at our agency where we're gonna do AI workflows for companies, and I'm putting things all together. I'm interviewing people so that they join me, and we will start doing some automations for companies. For example, social posting, customer support, database, agent for knowledge base, or I don't know, HR, helping your HR and people and culture department to sort out candidates. So these are some of the workflows that we are thinking about to offer some companies. Yeah, and I think the
Awesome.
space here and the opportunities are quite large because when we look at the market, uh, I don't know, maybe only a few percent of companies adopted AI and started using them. Because the decisions they have to come from a top, and if you are a passionate engineer or designer or I don't know, legal department, but company doesn't purchase you OpenAI subscription or your tool that we need,
Yeah.
well, do you really want to use it your own money? Probably people would avoid.
Yeah.
So that's why decisions regarding AI usage and adoption that they should come from top. And yeah, C-level management people, they are quite busy unless they feel, okay, I cannot ignore this anymore. It's everywhere, and I have to make a decision.
Yep.
And I'm
Yep.
going to tell them to my team tomorrow. So, and then they come and say, and that's exactly the moment when we need to chime in and help them.
No, I mean, listen, could not agree more with this. And what resonated with me here is that, yes, it comes from the top, and most companies don't provide those tools, those AI tools to their employees. So, listen, I think lastly here, do you have any industries that you specifically work for? Just, I want to make sure that the audience knows this if ever they're interested in contacting you for work.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, industry. So cybersecurity companies, AI companies, AI assistant, also HR and recruitment, and probably e-commerce as well because we helped to launch a couple of e-commerce websites. But maybe that's not it because when it comes to mobile apps, I have a partner who is running mobile apps agency, and we also work together. So mobile
Awesome.
apps as well. Yeah.
All right. I mean, listen, seems like you touched a little bit on a few different industries. And if you don't, then you'll know somebody who does. So regardless of who comes forward, you should be able to help them.
Yeah. Yeah. Appreciate it.
Well,
100%.
But listen, Alex, it was a pleasure having you here, and good luck with the future. And thank you for sharing a little bit more about Pixel Darts.
Yeah. Thank you so much for inviting me. It was really great to chat with you today.
Sounds good. Have a good one.
Yeah.